Upon applying for college this year as a junior, I was shocked at how expensive some of these colleges were. It was crazy. I mean, you would have to pay hundreds of dollars just to send in a piece of paper saying, I want to go to this college. That's ridiculous. But arguably more ridiculous is that once you get into college, you have to pay even more money. For something that's necessary for everyone, that seems a little bit crazy. And I'm not the only person who's been asking this question about America's college system. As we have to ask today's essential question: what can the government do to help with student loan debt? And we see that the answer is incredibly clear. Start giving people money. So let's talk about what giving people money would actually look like. According to a Reddit post I saw yesterday, when Ronald Reagan came to power in the 80s, his economic policies were so successful because his acts, such as the Give Everyone $5 bill, almost eliminated homelessness in California. Just $5 was enough to pull people out of poverty then, and it could be now as well. Imagine standing on your doorstep and seeing someone from the government hand you a crisp $10 or even a $20 bill. I would be excited about it. I could maybe go buy something at Caribou with that. And a homeless person could also go buy something at Caribou. In a way, we're all equal. And for someone with student loan debt, they could take that money and go buy something at Caribou, which would maybe help to make them work harder, so that way they can actually pay off the debt like everyone else has. The next section of this plan about giving everyone money is that we also need to give everyone healthcare. Now, I know that I might sound like a communist here, but bear with me. In modern times, America is the only developed country without a universalized healthcare system, which makes all of the other countries make fun of us quite a lot. People go to college so that way they can have the actual rhetorical strategies to go against these other countries who make fun of us. So, if we just get a universalized healthcare system, that would get rid of other countries making fun of America entirely. We need universalized healthcare now. And so, as well, we need universalized healthcare. It's going to be very important, especially to help people so they can spend less money and they can actually pay off their debt by working hard instead of lying about being good at rowing to get into Harvard. The third and final part of this give everyone money plan is that the government needs to fix its own dealings with money. According to an NPR article published just one day ago, Trump recently raised tariffs and is starting trade wars with countries all around the world, including places like Canada, Mexico, and even China. This is a huge problem, as many economists have stated that these tariffs are only going to raise prices for the American consumer. For example, a Harvard Business Review article published 2 weeks ago states that during Trump's first presidency, prices on things that tariffs were put on, like washing machines, increased by as much as 19%. That is a massive amount, and it's clear that Trump's tariffs aren't very good. And if people are paying more money for increased prices, it means that they can't pay it for their own loans. Therefore, they can't work to make money like they should in America. As we all know, America is all about money. And when you have debt, you actually have negative money. Therefore, America and the American government should be prioritizing helping its citizens. Now, I told you that there were only 3 steps in this plan. However, I actually have a surprise. There is also a 4th step. The government needs to start working on the energy crisis. The government needs to start working on the energy crisis. That's going to be really... Except, what is the energy crisis really? Right? Because, before this year, I didn't know we were having an energy crisis. So therefore, I don't think it exists. So let's talk about the other crisis. The big green guy. Now, we all know about the big green guys, right? They were an integral part of American history, and they were the main people we had to fight during the First Revolutionary War. However, Right now, there are big green guys in the sky, and they are stealing people away. Now, you may not have heard of this. This is because they have mind rays that can erase your memory. That's crazy town, gang. And honestly, when we think about crises in America, student loans pale in comparison to the big green guys. So realistically, the government needs to be focusing on that. However, they're actually kind of linked into each other. Because as we see, when people get stolen away, they don't have debt anymore. This makes more people want to support the big green guys who steal people away. Therefore, if the government pays off the debt, it can also get rid of that crisis. So today, we have seen that the government needs to help people with their student loans in 3 ways: giving people money, establishing a free healthcare system, fixing tariffs, and all of this will lead to fixing the big green guy crisis as well. When all of these plans are put into place, hopefully, the 25 colleges I applied to this year maybe won't cost quite as much as they did in the future for other people who want to apply to a lot of colleges. College is important. And then the American government needs to make sure that everyone is prioritizing college and can pay for college without being saddled with debt for the rest of their lives.